What's up, guys? Quinn Martin Hughes, Distinguished Details, Lubbock, Texas. I want to talk to you guys today about ceramic coatings. Ceramic coatings have been around for, I would say, probably the last decade at least. They've really been gaining popularity here in the last couple of years. So you're really starting to see ceramic coatings pop up a lot more. A lot more shops are saying that they install ceramic coatings. There are two different types of ceramic coatings, okay? Consumer grade coatings and professional coatings. The main component difference between a consumer and a professional coating is the hardness factor. With consumer grade coatings, consumer coatings are available for purchase on the open market, meaning anybody can buy them. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them on AutoGeek, places like that. Typically, consumer grade coatings are really easy to install, no harder to do than waxing or sealing a vehicle. But they're not usually very hard. They will provide water beading and UV rejection, and probably even last a couple of years with proper maintenance. But again, the hardness factor is not there. So on the other side of that, we've got professional grade coatings. Professional coatings are only available for purchase by certified installers who typically, with good coatings, have gone through a very rigorous vetting process to become a certified installer. Something to look out for with professional grade coatings is that you're not going to find a lot of installers for that coating in one area. So you're not going to have 5 installers, certified installers in one location, or 200 installers in one state. That's something that you want to look out for and kind of stay away from. Typically that will mean that the vetting process was not very rigorous with that particular brand. So fewer installers is really a good thing. So you want to look out for that. So the hardness factor that we talked about, all coatings have some amount of silica dioxide in them. Okay, that silica is what determines how hard that coating is going to be. Again, with consumer coatings, they're not going to be very hard. Okay, and even some professional coatings do have some hardness to them, but again, one may be harder than the other depending on the brand, depending on how long that coating company has been a company. There are a lot of not only installers that are popping up, but there's a lot of ceramic coating brands that are popping up on the market too, just kind of overnight. So that's something you got to look out for, okay? So the other thing that you really want to consider when looking at having a vehicle coated is the installer themselves, okay? With a ceramic coating, and we talked about this with the consumer coatings, how easy they are to install, even a professional grade coating is not super hard to learn how to do, okay? There's typically with professional coatings some kind of training process you've got to go through, but for professional, it's something that you can learn relatively quickly. What can't be learned quickly, what can't be done quickly, is the prep work. Prep work is key when installing a ceramic coating. Understanding the prep work, and part of that is paint refinement, paint correction, okay, machine polishing. This is going to vary by, from one coating to the next, but typically for a professional grade coating, part of the process of installing a coating is within that prep work, that machine polishing process we discussed. So, if we get a car in here, like this car right here is a 69 Lincoln Continental. This car came in with not only defects, but with oxidation. So the main component issue on this was it was completely oxidized, real chalky. So we had to finish this down, remove all the oxidation before this particular vehicle could be coated. On the flip side of that, we do a lot of newer vehicles, brand new vehicles, a couple of years old, that will come in and have the same issue that every single car on planet Earth has: swirl marks, scratches, issues in the paint like that. You cannot install a ceramic coating on a vehicle that has those kind of defects in it. The structure and the component of that coating, the chemical structure of that coating, was designed to be installed on a flat surface. So when you try to install ceramic coating on a surface that has not had any paint refinement done, and you have not removed those imperfections and those defects, that coating is not going to adhere the way it was designed to. So when you install a coating that we say, hey, this coating is good for 5 to 7 years of paint protection. If we were to not do any kind of machine polishing to flatten and level that surface first, that coating is not going to last 5 to 7 years, even with really, really good maintenance, okay? So that paint refinement process, that's part of the prep work. That right there, paint refinement, paint correction, machine polishing on a professional level cannot be learned overnight. It cannot be learned in a month. It cannot be learned in a year. That is something that takes years and years to learn and understand that process and how to do that on a professional level. Yeah, there's a lot of guys that in their garage and they have a Rupes polisher and, you know, hey, I polished my paint. You know, it's one thing to run over a paint finish with a polisher and gloss the paint up. It's another thing to be able to go into that clear coat and remove all the imperfections without leaving any damage behind. Okay, so prep work is key. So that's kind of the issue we're having right now within our market, is these shops I talked about that are popping up and installing coatings. They can learn how to coat a vehicle, but they don't understand the prep, the paint refinement process. Okay, so all that to say, know your installer, do your research. You know, ask your installer for you know, pictures. Talk to them about some of these things. Ask, hey, so talk to me about the prep work. Are y'all going to be doing any paint polishing, any paint refinement? You know, what's that process involved? Because that is absolutely key. The prep, polishing, paint decontamination, everything that's involved in the prep work before you coat a car can take days, depending on the condition of the paint. Installing the coating will typically take less than a day. You know, again, do your research. You know, find somebody that understands the prep work first, and let's talk about ceramic coating after that. And then again, when you're looking at a professional or having a coating done, ask about the brand of that coating, do the research on that coating, ask questions, okay? And of course, if you guys ever have any questions about having your own vehicle ceramic coated or having your paint refined, please give us a shout. Distinguished Details, 2614 FM 1585, Suite 2, Lubbock, Texas, 806-470-2811. Thanks so much, guys.